It is a beautiful morning in the LivnLife kitchen. I have some freshly made almond milk, and I'm going to be making my acid-free alkaline latte. But the point of this video is not to showcase this beautiful, delicious acid-free coffee, which is going to be in my upcoming cookbook, Sip Like a Goddess. So, when you make almond milk for your homemade lattes in my upcoming Sip Like a Goddess cookbook, you're going to be left with almond meal or almond pulp. And so today you get a sneak peek into the test kitchen because I woke up and I was like, what am I going to make with my almond pulp? And I decided that we're going to do a toasted almond scone with an almond paste filling. And guess what gets to be the paste filling? So strap in. If you care to see behind the scenes of my upcoming cookbook, you are here, and it's going to happen. Enjoy. But before I can commence with the creative juices flowing in these brains, I need to amp it up a little bit. So we're gonna make a little latte. I like my lattes a little bit sweet, not too sweet. We got some coconut sugar, alkaline friendly, low glycemic index. Highly recommend. It's in all my cooking. You're gonna have to get it anyways. If you buy my cookbooks, this is the way to go for the coconut sugar. This is concentrate. I like the concentrate. It makes a stronger cup latte. I love me some coffee. You know, when I went out fully alkaline over a year ago, which just means I don't eat acidic foods anymore. I try to eat more neutral to alkaline friendly foods. I gave up coffee completely, but the alkaline coffee company's been around and I didn't know it. And I just found them at Sprouts, and I actually went up to their factory in Orange County this week and met them. I met Adam, the brains and the owner behind the operation, and his crew, and it was really fun and really amazing. And so, yes, I'm excited to be partnering with them. It's very exciting. All right. Oof. Heaven on earth. Now, I should say I'm not working from total scratch. Now, I've never made an almond paste before, but I figure it's just flavoring and sugar, maybe a little salt. But I did make scones for the first time. I love scones. I love a good vegan scone. And usually I just save that treat for like when I go, I go to yoga, maybe I want to treat myself to a scone, but I actually made some alkaline friendly scones, lemon, lavender, blueberry scones. My first time, and it was so good. High protein. I put protein powder in it, chickpea flour, spelt flour, because that's alkaline friendly. And they turned out so good. And I literally ate a scone. I made 8 scones, so I ate a scone every day for 8 days. And I never got tired of them. So, it's like, you know what? I've got some almond pulp. Let me make some almond scones. So here we go. Okay, so I have always loved, before I was vegan, something called Dutch letters. Shout out to Pella, Iowa. They make the best Dutch letters. And it's literally like a flaky pastry that's in the shape of an S that is filled with an almond paste. So I'm going to try to kind of like recreate that flavor today. We'll see how it goes, because in the LivnLife kitchen, we do try to stay somewhat healthy, even with our treats. But I don't make shitty healthy treats. I make delicious healthy treats. But starting with a little sugar, a little maple syrup, and a little coconut sugar. And then I actually bought this off Amazon. Nielsen Macy Pure Almond Extract, because I am fancy with my egg. I don't like the imitation bullshit. No. So I'm hoping this gives it that, like, I don't know how strong this is, so I'm starting off with a 1/4 teaspoon. But, oh, it smells good. I don't know how strong it is, so we're gonna find out. This is what it is. It's just testing out what's gonna work. It already smells amazing, but it's kind of thick. And if I remember correctly, the paste is less thick and more gooey, which I have a secret ingredient just in case it needs it, which it probably will. Sweetened condensed coconut milk. That might be a thing we're going to use today. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. That is, it already has like, that might have been enough, honestly. It has that really classic bakery bear claw flavor already. So let me see. Hello. I feel like it does need like a little bit more moisture, and I don't want to make it too runny. So I'm just going to add another tablespoon of maple syrup. Give it a little more moisture. Oh, it does need a little salt though. It needs a little bit of salt. A pinch of salt. Let's see. I just... I don't want you to see my double chin, guys. Okay, let's see. Oh my God, that's good. It's good. The almond is subtle. I think with the whole scone around it, we might lose a little bit of that flavor. So I'm just gonna do another. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little more almondy. It's pretty sweet too, but I gotta remember it's gonna have like a not very sweet scone around it. So, ooh, careful, Danielle. Okay, we don't even need to use that. We'll use that as a drizzle on the top. Okay, so I already have my original scone base recipe. We just have to adjust it a little bit for this. So I'm not telling you the exact amounts I'm putting in. Do you know why? Because this is a test recipe for the cookbook. So we don't even know if the amounts I'm putting in is going to work until we bake it and cook it. I just have a good idea that it will work out, and this is what a test kitchen is all about. This is spelt flour. It is technically part of the wheat family, but it does have gluten. However, it is typically much easier for people to digest, and it has a less acidic effect on the body. It's typically less genetically modified, if at all. So we like spelt flour. You can also get that on Amazon. And in my cookbooks, I let you know the brands that I buy and that have worked out for me. You're free to deviate wherever you find it the most affordable. This stuff isn't. The chickpea flour is actually relatively inexpensive for all the protein it brings you. So my favorite place to get chickpea flour is actually an Indian grocery store. They have the best prices and the best quality chickpea flour. It is also known as Besan, B-E-S-A-N. So yeah, I just found a local Indian grocery store near where I live, and I'm like, hell yeah. I'm actually going to do a segment on all the amazing eats that you can get and high protein vegan options you can get at the Indian grocery store, because I found a treasure trove and I am going to do a video on that because why not? Yep. This brand of protein powder, it's not cheap, but you'll be able to see why. Like it's so smooth. Honestly, if you can't handle a gritty plant-based protein powder, this Birdman protein powder is, let me make sure I'm getting this measurement right. Yes, it is absolutely legit. I use it sparingly. I use it for smoothies and baking and stuff, but like if you want an affordable, I mean, this is affordable for the quality, but if you're just using protein powder in the recipes for baking, Sprouts Farmers Market's vegan plant-based protein powder is very fairly priced. And my favorite one to bake with is the salted caramel flavor, because it's already a little salty. So it gives it like that bakery deliciousness already for like waffles, pancakes, whatever. So just my little side note as you are watching me experiment with this recipe. Right. Baking soda, baking powder, a lot of baking powder. I know, a full tablespoon. You won't typically see that in a baked recipe, but we want to get a good fluffy rise on these. So Trader Joe's, aluminum free, and then sea salt. Costco sells Mediterranean sea salt, but I also buy big bags of high quality sea salt. I usually just refill this, honestly, with my big bags that I buy on Amazon, but it is. And then let me see, coconut sugar, just a little bit, 2 tablespoons, because scones are not meant to be super sweet. They're more bready, more dense. I love it. Like, I love a good scone. So scone. What is European British people? Is it scone or scone? Let us know in the comments. I suppose. Okay, if you let us know in the comments and you just write scone and you pronounce it scone, can you spell it like scone, like SCAWN? Because I just realized you can't talk in the comments, but let us know. I'm very curious. And we're gonna mix it up. All right, dry ingredients, mix. Okay, the wet ingredients. So I typically use aquafaba when I am making my recipes, and that's what I used in the last scone recipe. But I'm out of aquafaba, which is just the liquid of the chickpeas, like canned chickpeas. It's that thick liquid, can be used for baking, even making meringues. But I don't have any right now, so instead I'm actually going to use a 4th cup of mashed bananas that were like really ripe that I stuck in my freezer. So I've got a 4th cup of mashed banana, and then this is liquid flax egg. So it's water and flax meal mixed together. And honestly, if you're on a budget, and I'm fully vegan, have been 7 years, never going back, but if you're on a budget, you're also trying to be healthier, you can use a flax egg instead of actual eggs when it comes to baking, because it acts just like eggs as far as a binder. And so I always, where I would have typically used eggs before I was a vegan, I now use flax eggs. It works exactly the same. And it's fine in baked goods because you don't even notice the flax meal texture, and it adds more fiber. So it's perfectly fine for baking. And then I'm going to add a little, I think I'm almost out of maple syrup. And last time I used 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. So we'll see if I have enough left. If we don't, I've got my agave. My God, could not have planned that better. Exactly 3 tablespoons left. Okay. And I used lemon juice in my last one as the acid that the baking soda and baking powder will interact with, but I just have lime juice right now. But you know what? Like almond and lime, that's actually not too bad. I think that'll be fine. And then we got to put that bakery bake in it. So I'm going to do a full teaspoon of vanilla, but we want it very almondy because these are almond scones. So I'm going to do half a teaspoon of this almond. I think that will be perfect. I'm going to put this together. It should be enough liquid. It should be. Okay, so now, we haven't added any fat yet, or I haven't added any fat yet, but that is going to be also key to making this. I'm getting this all over my idea book. Okay, so here's what's going to happen, because when it comes to like biscuits and scones, I might need to add a little bit of liquid. Last time I used aquafaba instead of the banana, and I think this is just a smidgen too dry. So I love coconut oil because coconut oil hardens just like before. If you're used to baking with animal products, which again, I don't do anymore, you would use like a hard butter. And you would, with any kind of pastry, you just kind of cut that hard butter into the dough, but we don't do that anymore. So I use a coconut oil. And before I add any liquid, I kind of want to cut in, I don't know, I think I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid, a little bit of milk, a little bit of that almond milk. And I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons, which this is, got to be careful with this thing. Actually, I don't trust myself. All right, I don't trust this. See, I knew that was going to happen. Okay, we're going to start with 2 tablespoons of liquid. Actually, you know what? We're going to start with 1 tablespoon, half of that of liquid, because scones are on the drier side. They really are. We don't want them to get too wet. Okay, it's feeling stickier. Between like the protein powder and the chickpea flour, it is fairly dry still, kind of a little bit sandy. This is the fun part. This is like, how do we know how much to add? I think that did it. Okay, now we add the fat. So I have frozen coconut oil cubes in the freezer. Okay, I've got my coconut oil cubes. Ugh! And I'm gonna need, it's like 1 tablespoon per, so I'm gonna need like, I wanna add like 1/3 cup, because that's what I did last time. So that's gonna be about 6 cubes. Just about 6 cubes. All right, let's see how hard. Yeah, okay. Put this back in the fridge. Okay, so I've got my 6 cubes of hard coconut oil. I'm gonna mix into the dough. All right. Yeah. I'm just gonna, oh, you know what? You know what? This might be better. Oh, okay, yeah, that's working. That's gonna be better for me. All right, we're being innovative in real time. We're just trying not to get our little fingers. Look at that. It's way better than chomping it up to an extent. Once this gets tiny, I don't know. Maybe by the time it gets tinier, it will be soft enough to kind of chop up the rest. It's a lot of work. You would just use a food processor to chop it up. Could do that too. It's like, where's the fine line between this is way too much work and let's make this easier versus like, I'm too lazy to pull out the power equipment. So yes, at this point, I'm just a little too lazy to pull out my power equipment. It's okay. The more physical effort, the more hungry I'm going to be by the time these are done. Just going to chop up the rest. Let's see. This is working. This works. Oops. This is. Just don't chop your fingers off if you do this method. Honestly. All right. I might very well just use a little blender to blend this up into like, okay, that worked so much easier, except that it's like now stuck to the sides. I don't know. I'll decide when I publish the recipe what the easiest way was. It's probably going to be this like little blender way. Probably the easiest. I do try to avoid making too many dishes, but it is what it is. Okay. Gotta love fat. Gotta love it. Good for the hormones, ladies. Cannot completely cut fat out of your diet. Fun fact, the only source of vegan saturated fat comes from coconut. It's a very special fat from nature. And a little bit of saturated fat. There's nothing wrong with a little saturated fat. Okay, so I've got my scone dough going. A little extra big chunk of the oil. Let's cut this one down a little bit. All right, so the fun part for me is going to be figuring out like, how do I put the paste inside of a scone? And I want to make like 8 scones like I did before. So I'm gonna kind of turn this into a log, cut it into 8 pieces. All right, scone log, almond scone log. Paste, okay, silicone mat every time. All right. I'm done with this. Actually, I need to write my notes. We added 2 tablespoons of plant milk. And the coconut oil, we did, I like the blender method the best. Blender method. Ooh. Okay, 8 pieces. So when I did my original scone recipe last week, actually that's gonna be useful later. I did like the traditional triangles, but this I might actually do a little different. And what I think I kind of want to do, ooh, I have a good idea. I think this is actually going to be kind of cool. All right, this is what I want to do. I want to take my little ball and I'm going to make a circle inside of it, the size of a tablespoon. And then I'm going to get a tablespoon of the... Hell yeah. All right. All right. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. Oh my God, these are going to be so amazing. Okay. See, creative juices. I just had the downloads. Like, this is what we should do. Okay. Oh my God. These are going to be so fucking good. I'm so excited. Okay. So again, you're not getting the recipe because this is for my cookbook. But when it is published soon, you will know the process it took to make, the creativity and ingenuity and idea and deliciousness to make this possible. And I think I'm running out of dough or filler. We'll see. I just need it to... All right. Boop. We got 2 more. I might just have to split it. Make sure to split it between... It doesn't look like 2 tablespoons is left. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Maybe... Actually, that is about right. Okay. Holy shit. This is amazing. Now, yum. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I have a little bit of milk here. I'm going to rub the tops with a little bit of plant milk. Because I don't have any aquafaba. Aquafaba, making a mess. But that's okay. Yes. All right. We're gonna do some cocoa, some coconut sugar on the top. Make it look pretty. Oh my god, these are so cute. They're so cute. And then, do I not have raw almonds? I think I do. All right, I have some raw almonds. I'm gonna chop some of these up. Oops. This could also go in the... Actually, since we've already dirtied this, we might as well do this. Make life easier. I need an easy button because that was easy. All right. What? Come on, people. I'm all about easy. I am all about whatever makes life easier. Question. What if we actually did this? But I like that better. Even fucking better. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. How do we improve this? How do we make this even better? Almost like a kind of hides the blob in the middle. Okay, that's way cooler. I need to write that down. All right, a few more. These look so pretty. They're gonna be amazing. They're gonna be amazing. I already know it. I already know it. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Now I need to freeze these for at least 15 minutes. And while they're freezing, I'm going to turn the oven on. Alexa, set a kitchen timer for 15 minutes. Okay, and then I need to write my notes down. We did blender chopped almonds, and then we took the dough. We made a 1 TBSP hole and filled with, what is it, a paste? Topped with a dunk in almonds and coconut sugar. Okay. Oh my god. All right. These actually, as you can see, there's 7. I already ate one. They're so good. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Yes! Okay. They turn, yeah. I nailed the recipe, and then we're going to use this sweetened condensed milk as a little glaze for the top. Give it kind of like that little gooey Dutch letter or bear claw vibe. And this is winner going in. We don't do chicken dinners here. No, we don't. Don't eat the homies. All right, so this is definitely going in the Sip Like a Goddess cookbook. We used almond pulp from the milk, the almond milk that we made to make the inside. And yeah, this all came from my head this morning. I woke up and I was like, yes, almond scones. Let's do it. And now, in the future, when you get the cookbook, you'll know what it took to figure out this recipe. I love you. You got this. I'm Danielle Ray, godmother of women. I help you manifest the body of your dreams by helping you remove blocks like, I don't like to cook. I don't want to be in the kitchen. We turn this from chore into self-love. And if you would like to try out some of my recipes, well, you can just buy my cookbook, Eat Like a Goddess. Hardcover is on Amazon, and the digital copy, which is discounted, is on my website, DanielleLivnLife.com. I love you. You got this. Get your butt in the kitchen, girl. Get your butt in the kitchen. You're gonna love it. And you can even see the little almond paste. So delicious. That's a keeper. Definite keeper.